Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Welcome back to another World of Tanks replay with your host, GreatTaz. Now let's get this battle on the road in 3, 2, 1, roll out. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is GreatTaz once again with another World of Tanks replay. Today we're going to be watching myself play in the Centurion 7-1, which is the tier 9 of the British medium line, which leads to the Centurion Action X, or the AX as it's easier known. Alright, the tank right to my right there. Now, this is on Prokhorovka, pork chop, more friendlier, common, or goofier named Prokhorovka. Jeez. Prokhorovka is one of those ones that is kind of hard to sound. I had to actually look it up the one time to learn how to say Prokhorovka and get it right. And I spent freaking 15 minutes that day before I recorded that video to actually get it right. And I still if I've not listened to it multiple times and corrected myself, I still goof it up. But as you can see, this battle is an encounter battle, and we started from the north, or I started from the north. So as you can see here, went right to the hill. That's where the majority of the mediums will end up going when in this battle. As you can see here, me, 2A Action X's, and I think there's another Centurion over here. I think it's the Centurion 1 is also over here. So there are 4 of us over here at the time. All Centurions, all good tanks. There's the Centurion 1. And there I get from the Progetto 66. Now, there's going to be something funny that comes along with that Progetto 66 here shortly, but I'm going to let you just watch that as it comes on. He does hit me with heat, takes out my tracks, and he does take out my driver. I'm lucky he didn't take out my ammo rack. If it was back a little bit further, he would have. And now if you look here, if I can get a good shot view on the side, as you can see right there, if it would have hit between the first and second track wheel there, that would have been an ammo rack. Good possibility. It wouldn't have been the driver, which is a real weird layout for an ammo rack to be next to your driver, but you know, whatever. I don't know if that's actual factuality or just Wargaming putting in some ammo rack so you have more than just one in the turret, which is heavily protected. So I honestly don't know. I wouldn't expect that they would put an ammo rack right next to the driver, but hey, what do I know? I'm not a tank designer. So anyways, as you can see, there's one of the cool styles that you can get for the Action X right there on the guy to my left. So here I'm just sitting here. I'm trying not to get shot anymore. As you can see, one of our Action X's is down to 434, I believe it is, out of the 1700. Oh, look, there's Concept B. Well, that didn't work. So out of 1950, he's down to 434. He's taken quite a beating, and that's because he's been poking up over here on the edge, getting spotted, and shot from the side. Basically, the KV or the Travagin, the Progetto 66. And as I said, there was something really awesome or really cool that happened with that Progetto 66. And all I got to say is the revenge is a dish served cold. So I'm actually, I think I'm actually typing something. I can't remember. That's why I'm not moving. Yeah, as you can see there, I said, F you, Prague 66. Not that I can teach you to shoot me. And I gave him a tongue out. So it was a fun little message. I know only I could see it. No one else really knew that he really shot me, but you know, it just made me feel better at the time because he literally tracked me. He took out my driver. I mean, he did 2 criticals in one shot with heat. And there is the problem with this hill on Prokhorovka is the northern side does not have quite there again track and driver this time by the Concept B. It's really annoying that you know this happens, that it's such an easy thing to do. I'm going to hit your track and then hit your driver. What, is the driver sitting right on the track? It just makes no sense. And you can see here their medium tanks are trying to do a little pushing here, but I am trying to stay down because our heavy tanks along that line are not really, as again, another Centurion B, uh, concept B hits me again. Our heavy tanks are really pretty much paying more attention to this side than they're paying attention to the middle. So this side actually has a worse setup for the mediums or the hillside. As you can see there, we're now taking out a bunch of them. The Action X took out Iron Arnie. Iron Arnie took out the Centurion 1. And Char Future, which I'm not even quite sure where he is, he took out their KV4. So there's some tanks getting taken out here. As you can see, if I stop circling around, right there's the Cent 1. The other Action X has 56 hit point and has taken a more sniper position, which is at this point in time is a very smart thing for him. But our heavies are too busy honestly sniping on the hill. One or two should be sniping on the hill, and as soon as their heavies come up and over, they should be cresting over and punching their heavies in the face. And that would have kept their heavies from, shooting us so much, and we would have survived a little bit longer. But at this point, it really don't matter. It's 9-1, as you can see at the very top of the screen. There's only one medium tank over here anymore, and there is only two heavy tanks, which are backing off at this point pretty much. So we have a pretty good setup. My biggest thing is I never could figure out why the 140 was back here all the time sniping. I do understand the 140 don't have the gun depression that the British mediums do. So in turn, he sits back there and he snipes. And I have no overly problem with it, except for we could have used some of his hit points up here. We have the Object 430, and at this point, all the heavy tanks are almost pushed back. You can see where the Travagan is pushed back very far. They have a 103 all the way back here. At this point, I decide that basically now's the time to actually go ahead and start pushing further up the hill. The one Action X is still has mostly full hit points, is up here. I come up here to help, and I know where the Travagan is, and I'm pretty sure that the Concept 1B is not right next to it because he would have been spotted also. So I bring myself up on top of the hill. I try to make sure that I am doing this the best I can. I'm looking for that green. I'm looking for the green shot, that green crosshair, knowing that it's a potential for a penetration. Now, there's the Concept B. We see it. I'm still staying just out of the maximum spot range for the Concept B, which I can spot. I have over 445 view range on this tank, so I can spot at maximum spot range. He, however, no matter how hard he tries, is never going to be able to get that. There we have a Char Future right there that snuck up in that little hole, taken out by our 140, as you can see there. They were in a position that they could see him and be able to take them out. As you can see here, pretty much the battle's over. There's nothing that Concept 1B can do. It's a 1 versus 14, so everyone should just, they're trying to conserve a little bit hit points. We got the 432 there just charging in. At this point in time, you should just almost charge in. And so that you actually are, look, you can see in my view range here, the Mution is quite expected because it is a very slow tank. But you got the Prog 54 right over there. You got the T-32 and the Viperia, which again is another slow tank. Is kind of understandable, but there's no reason that the Prog 54 should be all the way back there. It should be all the way up there with the 32. What he was trying to do was getting some snipe shots from over there into the Concept 1B. The Emil, he should be all the way up here with all these mediums and the 703. He is fast enough to keep up with the 703 too. So why he's back there, I think he's just trying to snipe. He doesn't want to take any damage. He's afraid to take a little bit of damage. He's afraid of a little bit of credit spending on repairs. And we have some people that, the 140, he was doing a good job of spotting, but once the T103 went down, at that point he has over twice the amount almost 3 times the amount the Concept 1B could possibly shoot him. So he's going to be able to get up over there, shoot him, get behind him, and it may make actually other people push a little bit further. I was sticking a little bit back further because he hits me for 449 and he hit me for 330. So he does have the potential to two-shot me. He doesn't quite have the potential to two-shot the 140. So the 140, in my opinion, should have at this point pushed up and over and got behind him, and that may have made everybody else rush a little bit more. Now, the Char Future is probably the fastest tank over here. I don't know where it started out, next to maybe the Manticore, but if them two would have pushed up as quickly as possible once the 140 went over the top, it would have been over. The 140 at the point where the T-103 actually died, if he would have pushed up and over, in all honesty, I think he would have had the DPM to be able to take out the Concept 1B easily before being taken out himself. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and head over to wattrecords.com and see how I did. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and here we are at wattrecords.com. Overall, the first thing you're going to notice is that the 351 credits and the 9,748. I do not have any special reward. So Taz, why'd you do this? Well, mainly is because I wanted to emphasize on the ammo rack on the Prog 66. Now, I did only get a 2,240 WN8. Again, Prokhorovka is a hard map to actually be on from the north side because you can get sniped a lot easier from the middle than the south side can. So if you get spotted, you can literally be shot at. The bushes might be a little bit nicer so that you couldn't be spotted from the middle if they were a little bit bigger. So you couldn't be spotted from the middle, but that's perfectly fine. The hill is a pretty decent layout, and when the dynamic events come along, if you haven't seen my video, go ahead and rush on over there to check out that. There is a dynamic event that happens on the hill. So as you can see here, didn't do a lot of major. Again, got Fire for Effect. I've always said that's the easiest one to get, and then I got Demolition Expert because I destroyed the ammo rack of this boy right here. It says vehicle shot, but it was an ammo rack as we've seen in the game. I hit the ammo rack and the track, so I destroyed the track, and then it continued on into the ammo rack, and the truck went bye-bye. And like I said in the game, screw you for shooting me. Revenge is a dish best served cold. So as you can see on team score, overall I was fourth on my team in experience, and now I'm way down here, not on experience, fourth overall on team for damage, and then way down here for experience. And again, that was due for the simple fact that, you know, I was trying to not get the 1-2 shot on me. And as you can see here, if you actually look, a Centurion Action X that on our team that did survive. I'm not sure if this is the one that had the most hit points left. It's quickly easy. Let's see. Yes, this is the one that had the most hit points left. He did actually do 3,900. And then the Char Future, which was not with all the Centurions, did 3,500. 2,883 on the Centurion Action X that was down to 59 hit points. And then myself with 2,224. So literally 4 of the mediums did over 2,000 damage. So the mediums in this game on the hill, if you take this the Char Future, really did the most damage overall, because here's the other Centurion 1, and he did 1196. So over there, between the freaking 4 of us, we probably did a good 40% of the damage. Now, as you can see here, the 140 who was sitting in the back didn't get quite as much. Did get a little bit more than the Centurion 1, but that's because the Centurion 1 actually ended up dead. So overall, the 432, which was out in the field with the Char Future, did do a decent amount of damage of 1996. Over here, you can see the Concept 1B was the one that was doing the most damage, and the Progetto 66. Even though the Progetto 66 was taken out quite early in the game by myself and an ammo rack, he did 2,316 damage. Some of it was right to me. Overall, I fired 7 shots, 5 of them which directly hit, 4 of them which penetrated, none were splash damage. All my damage was from over 300 meters, which is 224. Received 4. 3 pen, 1 did not pen, which on the sides of the Centurions, all of them, it's like freaking paper. So these are not tanks you want to show your sides to. You want to try to angle, but it's not a side scraping tank either. It's really a hull down tank. And Prokhorovka is a spot on the hill, is really a spot that you can't haul down well, because the middle, as you've seen, has, especially from the north, the middle, as you've seen, has great shots into your side. So it's really hard to get the hill and keep control of the hill for the north. The south has a lot easier to be able to get up on the hill, but the problem with them getting up on the hill, the north has better shots into the center of the hill, as where the south does not have any real good shots into the center of the hill. So there is advantages and disadvantages of each overall. So as we said, I didn't block any, didn't damage any allies. I don't know why they still just don't get rid of that. Enemies spotted, I didn't spot any. I did damage 3, destroyed the 1. I got 196 overall assistance. I traveled 1.5 kilometers. It was an 8-minute battle, so it was a decent length battle, but it was a blowout. I mean, it was 14-1. So, I mean, in the end of all, we did wipe the team. We didn't completely wipe them like there was no tomorrow and no one was home, but we did wipe the team pretty well. So I got 3,351 credits, spent 11.2 on the repair, 8.4 on ammo. Didn't fire any gold rounds, so that's kept that low. I still ended up with 13.7. This was with a premium account, as you can see, so my 684 got increased by 50%, giving me the 1026. Also, in turn, because of rewards for completing the missions and events, I got another 8,721, giving me 9,747, and that's all going right into the tank in the ability to research the Centurion Action X. Now, this was during the month of April, where the Centurion Action X were on track or top of the trees at that point. So with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, I really enjoyed this game. I was getting kind of irritated at first, especially with that first shot right into the freaking side of my track, tracking me and taking my gun out. And then with the Concept B, literally doing the same thing, tracking me and taking my driver out. My poor stinking driver, and my 7-1 just got beat up in this battle. So overall, I'm glad that he did end up surviving, and I'm glad that I did get the ammo rack, which was good. I would have loved to get an ammo rack on the 1B, just because that would have made it even that much better to say the 2 tanks that tracked me and hurt my driver, their whole crew got destroyed in retrospect, or for kind of like revenge. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that all being said, I really got to stop rambling, and I do hope you liked this video. If you did, there are 2 ways. First down, scroll down and go ahead and click the like button. While you're down there, why don't you give me a comment, and if you've seen anything in the video that I didn't see, let me know. Or if you think there's some way I can improve with my videos or my commentary, also let me know that down and below. Just be kind about it. I mean, nice criticism is better than, just saying, hey, you suck. The other way is if you go to the link that is down in the description. It'll bring you right to this page right here. It will bring you here. You may have to, at the very top, scroll in. As you can see here, it says GreatTaz, log out. There will be a login here, and it'll take, if you've ever logged into anything that's associated with Wargaming websites that not directly associated but deal with World of Tanks, you'll have to click on here, click on your region, and then jump back in here, and then there should be a thumbs up and a thumbs down right here. You can go ahead and click that thumbs up. If you also want to comment on just here, you don't want to comment about the video, but you want to comment at the battle, there is a comment section right over here also, like that. But ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, I'm out of here. And if you want to keep up to date with all this stuff, make sure you click that subscription button. And if you want notifications for every video I load up, make sure you click that notification bell, changing it from personalized to all, and that will get you a notification of any video, whether it be World of Tanks, Minecraft, a game review, etc., when I post it right here on YouTube. With that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, I've said this like 3 times now. There's nothing else to say. Honestly, believe me, there's nothing else to say other than I'm GreatTaz. Maybe I'll see you on the battlefield.